This is the 12 match races of Christmas, where us, the Triple Clowns, present to you some dream matchups. We are constantly working on original and I think groundbreaking horse racing shows that are informative and also, at the end of the day, fun, guys. So hit that like, subscribe button, and that notification bell. Also follow us on Twitter at Clowns Triple and all other social media platforms, because we are going to bring you new shows. That's right, new shows that include horse racing conspiracies and odd stories, handicapping 101. We're going to do live picks from the track, and of course, our show where we interview great guests and we do some horse racing skits that are a good time. Support us so we can keep going, trailblazing in the horse racing industry. From AJ Ryder, Sarah Marie, and of course, myself, G. Randall Johnson. Happy holidays, and let's get it on with the 12 match races of Christmas. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the 12 match races of Christmas. We are clown short today. It is Christmas week that we're taping right now. That's probably why, but that's okay. The show must go on.
He has to work at the North Pole this week.
Oh, he's at the North Pole this week.
Busy.
Working. Yeah, he's a big elf.
You've seen the movie Elf.
Yeah. Oh, that's
that
true.
happens.
He kind of acts like him too, actually.
That's true.
Oh, absolutely.
That is true.
All right, so we have an old guest, not old actually, he's a young guy, but a past guest, I should say. I gotta learn the word.
I know you're not good at this.
But yes, and that's our guy from Timeform US. He does his thing. He's a numbers guy, we like to call him, but he's a horse racing aficionado.
Yes.
I would say. That's Craig Milkowski. Craig, welcome to the show. Again, welcome back to the show. I know you're missing AJ here because he's somebody that likes to argue, but you're going to get one of us to go against today. And we have today for everybody, we have Tiznow against California Chrome. Craig is picked to do Tiznow, and we have California Chrome. So AJ, while you're not here, tell us the rules.
All right. Well, our contest consists of 3 rounds. The first round, each contestant in our show will have an opportunity to present their opening argument. Each opening argument will be limited to 1 minute only. The second round is a Q&A with the judges. Each judges will get an opportunity to ask each contestant as many questions about each horse as they'd like. There is no time limit on this round. The final round consists of a free-for-all battle royale lasting 1 minute 30 seconds, where each contestant goes back and forth presenting their argument, and well, we'll just see what happens then. And at the end of the 3 rounds, the remaining 2 judges will then confer and decide our winner.
Thank you, AJ, for that. So you're good for something today. All right. Fantastic. We're going to go to the tail of the tape now on Tiznow and California Chrome. And in the red corner, hailing from California, with an impressive record of 15 starts, 8 wins, 4 seconds, and 2/3. His major wins include the Affirmed Handicap, Super Derby, the Santa Anita Handicap, and the only horse to win 2 Breeders' Cup Classics. He is your 2009 U.S. Racing Hall of Famer, Tiznow. And in the blue corner, hailing from California, with an impressive record of 27 starts, 16 wins, 4 seconds, and 1/3. His major wins include the Awesome Again Stakes, Pacific Classic, San Diego Handicap, Dubai World Cup, San Pasquale Stakes, Hollywood Derby, Santa Anita Derby, San Felipe Stakes, Graduation Stakes, Winter Challenge, California Gold Cup Derby, King Glorious Stakes. This was also your 2014 Preakness and Kentucky Derby winner, and that's California Chrome. All right. So, Craig, here's the fun part. And you get to pick between 2 people. Usually you get 3. You get to pick 2 people. And obviously that's myself or Sarah to go against. We're representing California Chrome, and you have Tiznow. So make your choice, Craig.
I'm going to, first off, I want to compliment you you were very generous saying I'm not old. I'm closing in on 54. So I'm definitely getting up there, but I appreciate the sentiment. But I'm going to go with Sarah because since there's only one vote here, she's got that chromey look to her. And I
She's
have
a
a
chromie.
feeling it doesn't matter if she were the judge. It just doesn't matter what I said here. I could actually have them come down from horse heaven race and show Tiznow winning, and I still wouldn't get it. So I'm going to take on Sarah and leave you to be the impartial judge.
Okay.
All right.
Impartially meaning I have to live with her, Craig. So it's,
That is
Well,
true.
that was
That's
going
okay.
to apply either way. So
yeah, that's okay. I'm used to it. I might as well get yelled at about
it's
horse racing.
rigged. It's rigged, I tell you.
Yeah.
All right, so you get the choice on who goes first on our opening arguments. You get 1 minute on the timer.
Go ahead and go first because
You'll go first.
Sarah didn't. Yeah, I'll go first. Sarah didn't know she was going to get picked, so I'll give her an extra minute. So let me know
Okay,
when
I'll
I
get
can
my
start.
boxing gloves on. We'll be good.
She's ready. All right, you gotta be careful. Her. She's sneaky. All right.
All right.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, all right, you ready to go, Craig? We're gonna start the clock
I am.
now.
Let's do it. All right. So as you mentioned earlier, I am a speed figures guy. I'm not a huge fan of comparing speed figures from different generations. Unfortunately, there were no Timeform US speed figures back in 2000, so I had to go to my buddy at DRF, Andy Beyer. And to me, it's pretty clear cut. Tiznow's just a faster horse. As a 3-year-old, even though he got a later start, he didn't even debut till 3. He ran better figures than California Chrome did, despite that one winning the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness. Tiznow was able to get things going quick, won some big races, topped it off with the Breeders' Cup Classic, and that just continued into his 4-year-old season. Now, he did have some physical issues as a 4-year-old, started out big, won the Santa Anita Handicap with a big number. Had some things go wrong, came back, and it was pretty clear his trainer was just prepping for another run in the Classic, and he got him to win another big number, and he ran some speed figures that Chrome couldn't match.
Okay, time. All right, nice job. All right. Funny though, Craig, I have to say, you went to I'm not a speed figures guy in comparison, and then ended with speed figures. I might objection, Your Honor.
I said I am a speed figures guy.
But you said, but you don't like to use them.
Yeah, across generations, but it's really all we have.
Okay.
You know?
No, you're right. I'm just busting your chops there. All right,
That is.
Sarah. Now, are you ready?
All
That
right.
was a very good argument. I think it was very clear where he was going with it.
I mean,
No,
I
not
know.
the speed figures. He was going faster horse. So that just keep that in mind.
Well,
Which I guess helps in a race when you're the faster horse.
okay. Well, all right. Yeah.
You ready?
Let's
Ready to bring it?
my sleeves are rolled up. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for you to tell me to go.
All right. Ready? So clock starts now.
All right, I am going to bring California Chrome. Come on now. He was the California rock star. So I am here to represent all of the Chromies out there. This horse had an incredible career that went on far past his 3-year-old career. Yeah, I mean, like you said, he comes in to win the Kentucky Derby. He comes in to win the Preakness. Then at the end of his 3-year-old career, they're like, hey, let's try him out on turf. And guess what he does? He wins on turf. So this horse can run on any type of surface. Yeah, his times may not be as best as Tiznow, but this horse likes to fight. And he has some good moves that he puts, especially in this stretch. He had some incredible stretch duels throughout his career. Not only with his 3-year-old career ending with some huge races that he won, he starts off with just continuously winning. He ends his second year career winning. He starts off and then has this margin of length of 24.25 lengths before going in to win the Kentucky Derby.
All right, time. All right. Here's the part I have some questions on. I definitely have to question you on a couple of things here about California Chrome. But I'm going to start out with both of you guys. So this is our second round where I get to ask questions of both of you. And I'm going to ask both of you guys this question. Craig, you can start. This is match race at 1.25 miles. What do you think around that first turn? Where do you think they're at, these two horses?
I personally think they're going to be right next to each other. They had very similar running styles. They both like to run just a little bit off the pace, but in a match race, you want to get the lead if possible. but I don't think there was any particular edge in the beginning of the race. So I think it would be one where they're just right next to each other, eyeball to eyeball.
I agree with Craig on that one. I mean, just watching both of these horses pass races, very similar style. They'll just sit there and challenge each other constantly. I don't think there's going to be a major lead among the two.
All right. All right. Well, but that being said, I'm going to ask the question to both of you as well. This being a match race at 1.25 miles, do you think there's one horse that has an advantage or disadvantage in a match race compared to a regular race?
No.
Same thing in a match race. It's generally, if one horse has more early speed, it's an advantage, but I don't really think that's the case here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this as well. The streak, Craig, this is going to be for you. The streak at the end of California Chrome's career, winning 6 in a row, I believe, when he was a 5-year-old, and going to Dubai. Winning at Dubai and then ending it with a Breeders' Cup Classic loss to Arrogate. Do you believe that loss to Arrogate when he ran like a minute? I think 2 minutes in the Classic. Do you think that was? Do you think winning the Classic, the last Classic that Tiznow won, would you say that was more impressive because he won that year, or would you say the second place with Chrome against an Arrogate was just as impressive?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Tiznow's is much more impressive. I mean, a win is a win. And let's not forget, California Chrome ended his career with a total dud in the Pegasus, not in that Breeders' Cup. But, yeah, I mean, it's not like Tiznow was beating slouches back then. He beat Saki, a Euro shipper, and in that second one, he kind of had Europe's number, winning both over European horses. But, yeah, I'm not giving any extra credit for losing.
Okay. All right. A loss is a loss, a win's a win. All right. What do you think about that?
I mean, Arrogate was a tough horse, and the fact that he really only lost by a neck, I think that says a lot.
That was a long neck, I feel. That was a long neck. That was a long
neck.
Hey. I'm just saying. I read that was a neck too. And
we
I was
don't
like, did
need
I watch
comments
that same
from
race?
the peanut gallery.
Like, sometimes these comments.
Either way, Arrogate was a tough horse.
Yeah.
Arrogate had a really tough year. Yeah. So it's not like he won against kind of a nobody in the Breeders' Cup.
All right, we'll go into it now because that's all I really had to ask.
All right, so we're gonna go into round 3.
We're gonna go to round 3 right now, and this is our free-for-all round. So you guys can go back and forth about the horses, and feel free. We're gonna do 1.5 minutes, and you guys can plead your cases. Remember, it's 1.25 miles on the dirt. All right, not the turf, Sarah.
Oh, I know.
She feels like she'd have the advantage there. All right.
We could switch it. All right. There's no reason. Oh boy. Okay. Go ahead, Craig. Go ahead.
I would say first off, some of the things you said about Chrome were a little iffy. His turf win was against a terrible field. So I'm not giving him a whole lot of credit for that. I got a pretty sharp memory on those things. So no extra
but
credit
Tiznow
there.
ever try out the turf?
He didn't
they
have
wanted to try him out.
Yeah, if you remember, they kind of did that for Chrome because his form had tailed off. He looked terrible in the Pennsylvania Derby. I think they were just trying something new with him. And then he disappeared for a while. He took some time off, if I remember right. Didn't he missed almost a year of racing?
2 races
but for me, it comes down to with Tiznow. For one, something we haven't talked about is jockeys. Tiznow has a massive edge there. Victor Espinoza, no knocking him. He's a good enough rider, but Chris McCarron is an elite and all-time rider who I'm sure rode in several match races in his career, whereas Victor Espinoza did not. So I would give him a big edge there. And the other thing is, I mean, you were talking about winning some close races and having fight in the stretch. I mean, that's Tiznow to a T. Just ask Tom Durkin. I mean, the guy won it for America. What else can you do?
Oh, I knew that was coming up.
Chrome's winning races for some guys called dumbass partners. Tiznow's winning for America a couple months after 9/11.
Wow.
So that's about all I can add.
God,
Sarah,
can I compete with that?
No,
I don't.
Better go.
Yeah.
No time left. Let's go.
Victor Espinoza is a pretty impressive jockey. So I
Not Chris McCarron.
okay. Give me this. We
Sorry.
no comments from the peanut gallery.
Sorry.
I mean, he went on to win the Triple Crown after this, anyways. But no, I mean, there's no way. I say with the stretch duel, I say that California Chrome's just gonna tire him out in the stretch. I don't think with California Chrome pressing him in the stretch in this match race that Tiznow has a chance of even keeping up. It's going to be a tight loss. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, there's no way. If you look at how he ran in the Derby and you look at some of Tiznow races, I just think California Chrome's going to press him at the far turn, and it's just going to exhaust Tiznow in the stretch.
Okay. All right. Stop. Okay. So that was it. I'm going to deliberate and I'm going to give you my reasoning behind my deliberation. And this is what I'm going to say, because Craig obviously gave more facts and was very stern on the thing, which some of them I actually don't agree with, but I think he pointed out more numbers to me that were, because I do think personally, I think Chrome was more tactical. I actually think he was more tactical. I think, Tiznow is a little more one-dimensional, but this is a match race. So, it's a different story where tactical sometimes is like he's going to run with the other horse. But, I do think you had a good thing where I think a lot of people out there felt California Chrome was overrated. Then he went away. I thought you should have brought up the point of Espinosa said, and I wanted to ask Craig this. Chris McCarron. I want to ask Chris
He's coming
McCarron.
on now. Surprise.
I want to ask Craig this because if he buys into, and I'm asking him anyway, but if he buys into Espinosa saying that slow Derby time was him pulling him up a little bit so it could save some for the Preakness. Do you think that was true or false?
No, I never buy into that. These guys, if they slow horses down, it's not by very much. And at 1.25 miles, that's just not happening. If you look back at that chart of the Derby, it was a horrible field. No knocks on Chrome. Chrome was a great horse. I'm actually a big fan. I have no problem if somebody wants to call me a Chromie. I just happen to think Tiznow was a little better horse. That's all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I also, if I was you, Sarah, I would have brought up the fact of,
well,
I mean, I don't think you knew this, but when Craig was shooting off his mouth about the horses that came in the European horses. Now, think about this, Sarah. If they were European horses coming over to America for the first time, what were they doing probably for the first time?
Running on dirt,
which he did beat a bunch of horses that never ran on dirt before in that Breeders' Cup. I think Giant's Causeway was one of them.
Giant's
correct?
Causeway was one of them.
He was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the first one. The second one, I think, had all those Europeans that never ran on dirt before.
Well, yeah. No, it's tough. You know that you only have a short amount of time to really talk about this horse, and then you get frustrated because you're like, "Here's all my points," and then they just get jumbled, and you're like, "I'm running out of time."
And also, California Chrome took over the Calbred earnings from Tiznow. That's hard to compare, I know, because of years and more money and everything, and a longer career. But he did 2 California breds, which is odd that came up. These 2 Calbreds, which are unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I got to go with Craig here. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. I mean, off the record, Craig dropped some pretty good mic drops, and I was like, how do I argue this? Because these were things I knew, and I was like, how do I argue against this if Craig picks me?
Oh no, Art Sherman's actually calling me right now.
I was a very good handicapper of picking the right judge. I can tell that.
No,
and he dropped the mic with he's America's horse. How can you compete with that?
Yeah, that was the big thing. I would have brought up, if I argued it, I definitely would have brought up I would have been like, this whole, I would have dropped the 9/11 thing on him. Like, oh, we let Tiznow win the Breeders' Cup. I get it. The American horse. They weren't going to let a European horse win. I would have conspiracy theoried it. But I do think, at the end of the day, I do think if they had a match race after my research, here's the thing. I think Tiznow would have the lead on the first turn. I think if that's gonna, one of them's gonna go lead. It's gonna be Tiznow, and I see also Tiznow only ran. It's weird because he only ran 10 furlongs like 3 times in his career, and 2 of them were Breeders' Cup Classics.
No, he was 4 out of 5.
Was he 4 for 5?
He won the Santa Anita Handicap. He won the Louisiana Derby, which I believe was 1.25 miles at the time.
Oh, I don't think it was.
He won 2 Breeders' Cups.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to, I don't want to say Craig would be wrong on numbers. The Louisiana Derby, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
The Super Derby was 10. The Pacific Classic was 10. Oh, you're right. He was 4 for 4.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I
3
meant
for
the
4. 3 for 4.
I meant the Super Derby. No, he also ran 2 Breeders' Cups.
Oh, you're right.
San
5.
Anita
You're right.
Derby.
You're right.
Yeah.
I can't count.
Really? You're gonna challenge Craig? You're gonna.
One day I'm gonna beat him on a numbers thing. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, good luck with that. Good luck. Craig will
Hey,
bury
I did
you.
my homework. If I come on a show, I'm doing my homework.
Obviously, I don't.
Unfortunately, which I didn't do at school because I was at Charlestown. Had I been such a stickler back then, maybe my career goes a different direction.
No, but you're right. The 10 furlongs thing, because I would almost went like, Chrome can go 12, even though he didn't do well at 12. He got stepped on too in the Belmont, by the way.
I know he did.
Got stepped on. Didn't bring that up. He did win the Dubai with a slip saddle. He did have a lot of excuses, I feel.
Yeah, and
I got no knocks on Chrome. I went and saw his Pacific Classic in person, and it was awesome. I was probably from me to my Christmas tree to him. My wife got some great pictures in the paddock,
awesome.
so I'm a big fan. He dusted Beholder that day, who just had an awesome season. So no knocks on him from me whatsoever. He was huge.
Yeah, he also had anxiety loading. Did you guys ever hear about that?
Yeah, there was one time they loaded him first and he freaked.
Yeah, he had anxiety when he loaded.
Yeah.
So if he waited too long,
and he had special horseshoes. They had to. No, because of like he had the glue-on ones. Remember, Tiznow had glue-on ones. Remember, Sarge had brought that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
maybe it's a family.
They tried out California Chrome and some glue-on shoes, and they were talking about how they had to pad them all special for him.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he was great. I think it's funny because I feel like when he was 3, he obviously did great. And then I felt like, but I felt the same watching it. When I was watching it, I felt like, is this horse that good? I mean,
I just think after the Preakness, everyone was like kind of lost his luster.
But then he went away because he had 2 races his 4-year-old year.
Yeah, and then he disappeared and came back as a 5-year-old and came back strong.
And he was came back forgotten almost while he was just winning races.
Yeah. A lot of people forget horses really mature about 5, and because unfortunately he wasn't bred that well, he didn't have people lining up to give him a stud deal. So they brought him back, and you get to see what these horses can really do if you give them a chance. A lot of people talk about the old horses like Kelso and Dr. Fager and horses, but those horses stuck around, so we got to see them fully develop. You don't see that very often like we did with Chrome, and almost to a lesser extent we saw it with Gunrunner. He barely stuck around at 5, but he was just hitting his peak. I mean, he was just blowing everybody away at the end because, he was allowed to run till his peak instead of retiring when he was basically still in college.
Yeah. I mean, look at Whitmore. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, even Monomoy girl. She had a year off and then came back really strong.
Yeah.
And she was 5, right? Yeah. When she 5 and should be her best. Now she's probably not, I think she's going back in training. So you can expect a little dip, but she's still going to be good, of course.
All right. We're good to go. Craig, thank you so much. That was awesome. Tiznow representing our home state of California, now our home state.
Yeah.
California.
And America.
Yeah, and America became America's horse all of a sudden.
I can't compete with that. That was fun though, Craig. That was great. It's good to see you as always. Good luck at the track today. Looks like it's a beautiful day out there.
Yeah,
it was fun. Thanks. Closing day at Remington Park. So I'll miss that. I won't have live racing for a while.
Dang it.
Yeah. Well, Craig, it's always a pleasure. Let's talk soon.
And happy holidays to you and your family.
Absolutely.
Yep, you as well, guys.
All right. Thanks, Craig. Have a great day, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Happy holidays.
Triple Clowns is a production of the team at Big Umbrella. Rate and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Send us your questions at tripleclowns@gmail.com and you may be featured on a future episode. Follow us on social media at ClownsTriple on Twitter and Instagram, and follow me, AJ Ryder, at Troy McClain WWE on Twitter. Like and subscribe to our show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. All right, guys, for AJ Ryder, I'm out of here. See you later, everybody.